Episode 3, The Fracture, Part 2. Hello YouTube, this is Alzoru, your friend and game master. Making this episode much later than I should have because I've been doing a Pokemon Y Nuzlocke with my significant other, and no, it's not going to be on YouTube. I don't have screen capture for the 3DS, but I digress. Last time on Nafinian Nexus, Dawn of Legends. Tikenara was kidnapped after a petty falling out with Akemi, and the party are now in pursuit to free her. They've arrived at a small fortress in the jungle with several bandits and other nerds, freaks, and weirda was manning it. They've most likely been dodging arrow fire for a couple of minutes. And now we join them in progress. Arug punches the heck out of a sauropod and rolls in at 20 for 50 damage. Lights out! There's Brian, Leo, you knocked him out in one punch! Arug kisses his flexed arm. Arug, strong, beefy barbarian! No, Enmoon just nods at this. Glad you're on our side. I still don't understand why we need her. Tikenara is an adept conjurer, and it's just as important as Yumi or Arug. I will hear no more ill will towards her, Akemi, so shut up and help, or leave. Akemi nods and prepares her healing just in case. Good. Now, question. The path splits into a four-way intersection, with the stone brick walls looking very sturdy. Which way do we go? My intuition says straight. Arug, we think right. I was going to say left. Talk about an impasse. Well, let's try and rationalize this. Arug isn't that smart, but in a maze like this, any option could technically be correct. But Akemi, as you are the smartest here, I will bow to your intuition. Thank you. Take point, Arug. What? Walk ahead of us. Oh! He does so, walking ahead of the group with his weight slightly shaking the ground. I am flattered you chose my direction, she says while walking. As our unofficial leader, I must try to be objective. Besides, you'd have complained if I didn't. He jokes. Huh. Edmund smirks as they keep walking. Halt! You shall not pass! Cries a Stegosaur guard. Combat time, then. And now we have our first official combat of the session! In Nafinian Nexus, you can either roll initiative like many other games, or you can have it so that the highest dex goes first. I prefer the latter. The combat order here shall be Akemi, Enmundara, the guard, then Arug. Dun 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 dun. Let me see. She runs up to the guard and rolls for a hit. Perception against his dexterity. She rolls a d20 and gets 8. She has no modifier for dexterity, so it's just an 8. The guard rolls 1d20 minus 4 and gets a 6. Akemi hits, kicking the guard in the face. 4. Damage roll time. 1d20 minus 4. She gets a natural 20 for 16. The guard rolls 1d20 plus 5 and gets 15. Akemi deals 1 damage. That didn't do nearly as much as I hoped. Enmund starts singing. Hear my voice and be inspired, dear Akemi, I harden your skin. It's a cast of harden. Akemi's endurance is raised by 1d6 plus 5 plus 2, which in this case is apparently 10. For the next 5 turns, her endurance mod will be treated as plus 2, but this will not affect her max HP. Thank you. You're welcome. The guard roars and swings at Akemi with his hammer. That'll be 1d20 minus 5 for its perception, and gets a 2. Akemi, his dexterity. He means that she can't possibly roll lower than 2, so she auto-dodges. Akemi, he smirks and taunts him. You should pay closer attention. Arug smash! He goes to punch it in the face. 1d20 plus 1, 12. 1d20 minus 4, 13. The punch misses. Hup! She tries to kick it again. 1d20, 16. 1d20 minus 4, 14. Another hit. Now, her strength, as we said, is 1d20 minus 4, which goes to 10 in this case. 1d20 plus 5 for him, 6. The attack does 4 damage. And sings again, "Upon myself may my skin be like stone." Edmund's endurance is raised by 1d6 plus 5 plus 2 for a 12. His modifier should now be considered as 0. The guard swings at Aru with his hammer. 1d20 minus 5. Natural 20. Auto hit. That'll be 1d20 plus 4, and oh, that's a 22 for damage, yikes. 1d20 plus 3, 13. Aruk takes 9 damage. Ugh, be smashed, dumb guard! He throws a punch again. 1d20 plus 1, 19. 1d20 minus 4, although, honestly, let's not kid ourselves. Because the guard can't actually... He beat that. He can't possibly get more than 16, so there you go. It's a hit. 1d20 plus 7, a 20. 1d20 plus 5, 7. Aru deals 13 damage in all. Pretty decent hit, really. Heal time. She casts Heal 1 on Aru, which deals 1d6 plus her will mod. She heals him by 5. Thank you. Now I'm gonna make him pay. And Moon runs over to try and kick the big boy in the crotch. Hup! 1d20, 6. 1d20 minus 4, also 6. A hit. 1d20 minus 3, a 4. 1d20 plus 5. You know what? I'll just let it do 1. You know what? I'll be generous and give it 1 damage for the cheap shot. Generosity! The guard is on the ground and on one knee. What? Why you? Why though? The guard is unable to take his turn. Arug wordlessly runs in to dropkick the blighter. 1d20 plus 1. It's 20. 1d20 minus 5. Yeah, that's an auto hit. 1d20 plus 7, 25. 1d20 plus 5, 10. 15 damage. The guard drops to one knee. Akemi whacks the guard with her stick. Him unable to avoid, it makes it an auto hit. 1d20 minus 4, 10. 1d20 plus 5, he rolls an 8. She deals 2 damage and knocks him out finally. The party gains 5 experience. We are victorious! Arug is happy! Enter Tikenara and a summoned demon. Hi guys! How? Tikenara gives blue flowers to Akemi, who blushes as a result. Please to apologize for annoying you. Akemi blushes even harder. And Mundara smirks. So, how did you escape? Easy! I seduced the guard of my room, and when he thought he was going to have fun, I summoned my demon behind him, knocked him out with a sneak attack, and stole the keys. I also stole a dungeon map. I don't usually like stealing, but hey, they kidnapped me. I seduced a few more guards on the way here and knocked them out as well. If you guys want treasure, I can show you where it is. Tikenara gains 6 experience, enough to level up again. The rest gain 1 XP for reuniting, but I'll deal with the level ups in a moment. Akemi just kind of stands there, her just realizing how much of an awful person she's been. I am sorry. I should not have been so harsh with you. Enundar is right. You are smarter and more worthy than I realized. She bows. Don't worry about it. It's water under the bridge, okay? Mundara smiles genuinely. So, let's raid this dump for treasure? Yes. Yes! Lead the way, O Queen of the Clouds.
Mm-hmm.
They each find 20 golden treasure, and now, leveling stuff! And Mundara now has 9 HP, 18 MP, and 16 SP. His other stats are looking like this: 46 strength for a modifier of -2, 51 endurance for a modifier of -1, 60 perception and dexterity, 75 will for a modifier of 3, 74 intelligence for a modifier of 2, 85 charisma for a modifier of 5. Luck has remained unchanged at 60 with a modifier of 0. Tikenara now has 10 HP, 22 NP, and 27 SP. Her other stats are 36 strength for a modifier of -4, 55 endurance for a modifier of -1, 60 dexterity for 0, 60 perception for 0, 100 willpower for a modifier of 8, 99 intelligence for a modifier of 7, so close and yet so far, am I right, guys? 50 charisma for a modifier of -2, and 62 luck for a modifier of 0. Arugmo has a beefy 20 HP, 12 MP, and 9 SP. His stats are 100 strength for a modifier of 8, 80 endurance for a modifier of 4, 50 dexterity for a modifier of -2, 70 perception for a new modifier of 2, willpower is at 60 for 0, still 40 intelligence for a modifier of -4, charisma is now 72 for a modifier of 2, and 60 luck means a modifier of 0. Lastly, Alchemy now has 12 HP, 14 MP, and 16 SP with the following stats: 40 strength for a modifier of -4, 60 endurance for a modifier of 0, 75 dexterity for a modifier of 3, perception of 60 for a modifier of 0, 65 will for a modifier of 1, 81 intelligence for a modifier of 4, and 75 charisma for a modifier of 3, 46 luck for a modifier of -2. And that would be all for today's episode. In hindsight, I probably should have combined episodes 2 and 3 into one, but I won't make that mistake again when it comes to two-parters. And that's not to say there won't be two-parters, it's just that I'll try to put more content in each two-parter. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of Nafinian Nexus: Dawn of Legends. Bye!